hello. Whoop-de-doo. We're going to eat a little something. Yes, and oh, Grandma isn't going to kiss you on the lips because that spreads germs. Oh, you little, I think you are just fine because that's the way the little dogs do. They waggle their plume and they have so much fun. Oh, you little snickerdoodle. Yes, they go out and the big ball in the sky, and then did you wear your mitts? Oh, you're going to be cold. You little Dickens, you're gonna be cold.
Mrs. Tabber, Charlotte, your daughter is concerned about your friendship with Laura.
Friends? Well, that's lovely. That's lovely. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other gold. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Daddy's going to be waiting for his supper. Oh. Paul? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. This is a bit of a ticklish situation, a bit of a pickle. Now, Miss Charlotte Tabor is 85 years old. She came to Happy Valley almost a year ago. She needed more assistance, more supervision. Her husband of 65 years, who was her primary caregiver, he had died. She's pretty frail, but she's fully ambulatory and she's continent most of the time. Her judgment is impaired. Her decision-making capacity is limited. She's confused. She doesn't have a definitive diagnosis. The presumptive diagnosis is Alzheimer's disease. Since her admission, her expressive speech has declined. She's a talker, but she has an expressive aphasia. It's often not difficult to understand what she's intending, but the words aren't there. I would say she's made the transition very well. She is social. She has her little friendship group, the group she eats with in the dining room. She gets along well with staff. She seems happy to have assistance in the little tasks that are difficult for her. She's not hard to take care of, but you gotta watch her. Charlotte likes to make beds, and sometimes she'll go into another resident's room and she'll tuck the sheets in while there's still a body in the bed. She's an orderly little person. She loves having her hair done. She likes to stay busy. And you can tell that she misses her house. She must have really taken care of her house because she loves to clean, to set tables and fold laundry and mop the floors. Lots of things she'd like to do around here. Many of these activities aren't safe, or they pose enough of a risk that we have to watch her and to try to distract her with something else. And Charlotte likes to hug. She likes to hug and squeeze and kiss people. It's all very innocent. You know, the need to be touched and held does not diminish with age. We have male residents here who like to look at magazines. And I read that there's a nursing home in Denmark that shows erotic movies once a week. You know, I have been at this job for 26 years. I got my license in 1982. But you know what? I've got a new calling. I have got a new vocation. I may be a granny now, but I've decided my new calling is sex therapist. This is the 21st century, and what we need in long-term care is sex therapy. We got all these baby boomers getting old, and we need to get ready. You know, the other day, my granddaughter, she asked me, this is so embarrassing, she asked me why I grab my butt when I go up the stairs. I didn't even know I did that. I laughed when she asked me, but you know what I think? I believe it is a conditioned response. It's because my husband likes to grab my butt when I'm going up the stairs. I'm protecting myself. Oh, he's a trip. He kisses me and pulls me down on his lap all the time. Our daughter says, "Daddy, too much PDA." Public display of affection. He wears me out. Thank goodness for Showtime. You know what I'm talking about? You're too young. My husband is a horny guy. We don't plan a future in long-term care. Nobody does. But if we are here in 30 years, we're going to need some privacy. They say you need 4 hugs a day just to survive, to keep depression away. Have you had 4 today? Have you? I think you need some. You need 8 hugs each day for maintenance. And we need 12 hugs every day to thrive. Personally, I could be hugged for hours. What kind of sense does it make to deny people their hugs? When people are ill, they have something that could be contagious, well, that's a good day to discourage hand-holding. But that's not what we're talking about. Charlotte's daughter is self-conscious. She's embarrassed, but she doesn't need to be, any more than she should be embarrassed by white hair or occasional incontinence or the way her mother chatters on. Oop-de-doo. That's what we have here. We have people nearing the end of their lives, and there are changes. My staff need to understand that this is okay. People need to have their dignity in all things. It's not for us to laugh or point or promote in some belittling way. Charlotte knows when she's being insulted. If you say, "Good morning, Charlotte, Laura, I'm glad to see you ladies out getting your exercise. Then everybody is fine and happy. But if you start in with that sing-song, baby, teasing voice, Charlotte, are you out with your girlfriend this morning? She's terribly offended. We're going to have a meeting on this. And I say, let's make them roommates. Make Charlotte and Laura roommates. Give them more privacy. It's good to have a friend, don't you think? You know, this is not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. Every situation is individual, and we must realize that. We have a resident here. His wife comes to visit quite regularly, and sometimes she stays the night. We understand that that is a continuation of their love. And when his wife is here, door's closed. And we don't open it unless we're summoned. Every situation is different. They're old, but they're not dead. Someday I'm going to be old. Maybe it's not so far away. And we've learned something. We've evolved. We understand with a modicum of clarity something new, that the need for intimacy is a basic right, not to be disregarded. If we step in, if we intervene, let it be because someone else's rights are being violated, or let it be because the parties are in danger. If we stop an act of friendship, of intimacy, well, that's like your daddy telling you you can't go on a date until you're 25. That ship has sailed. It's the 21st century, and adults get to choose for themselves. And you don't have to be legally competent to have the capacity to decide if you want to have a hug or a kiss, or if you want to touch yourself or someone else. Now, if you have any other questions for the new sex therapist in the house, I'll be down the hall. My LPN called in, and it's time to pass meds. That's my mother. You met my mother. My mother's spirit has not changed. My mother has always been sweet-spirited. She's a sweet spirit. There are so many things she can still do. She embroiders, and the stitches are beautiful. Now, sometimes she has difficulty knowing when to change out the embroidery floss, but she does beautiful work. And Mother plays the piano. Have you heard my mother play? She reads music. She finds the chords. She'll read the melody line, and then she will add the chords. And if she sets her fingers down on the wrong keys, she transposes. My mother has always been an affectionate person, a warm and affectionate person. But she was